Bernice Burgos, currently on the platter like it don't matter. Do we crown Bernice or do we clown Bernice? It's time to get into it. Do me a favor and wipe your feet off at the door when you step into a pimp's domain. Let's go.
But you want all this pimping you can't afford. Perform like a punk but wanna win his reward. Some suckers give you points but bitch you never scored. If you ain't paying pimping then bitch you getting ignored. Okay, I'm so sick of these.
Now y'all know the daily routine, right? I'm sliding through these IG streets. I'm bending corners. I'm spinning blocks. And as I'm spinning blocks, I spins the bottle. And when I spins the bottle, when it stops spinning, it lands on real Bernice Burgos. Now Bernice is a young lady who hails from the Bronx, New York, the city so nice they named it twice, you dig? Now getting straight into it, when we speak about raw beauty, Bernice is an exceptionally blessed individual. Now she does have GMOs, but the GMOs are high quality GMOs, not the regular GMOs, not the Publix GMOs, not the Albertsons GMOs. She got the high quality, high grade, top shelf GMOs, well proportioned GMOs. They complement her body well as she takes care of her body. Now you can look at Bernice and tell she has perfect attendance on self-care Sundays. She has perfect attendance at the gym. She has perfect attendance at Whole Foods Market, you dig? And a heavily captivating smile. Now don't go clowning the pimp, right? But I had this dream, and in the dream, it was Bernice's smile. Bernice wasn't even there, it was just her smile by itself. And this smile handed me some handcuffs and told me to cuff myself. And I'm looking at the smile like, hold on, Bernice's smile, you do know I'm some pimping, like pimps, we don't cuff ourselves. The smile just kept on looking at me, man, and told me to cuff myself, man. And fortunately, before pimp cuffed himself, I woke up, man, and the dream was over with, you dig? Don't judge a pimp. Now, does Bernice have a face that I could see myself waking up to on a regular basis? Yeah, man. Bernice got one of them faces that looks like when she came into the world, God said, thou shalt not fart, thou shalt not have boogers, thou shalt not ever drool or slobber on a pillow. I mean, this woman just looks so heavenly, you dig? Now, presentation is one area where Bernice excels far beyond the norm. I'm digging the fact that she doesn't have a bunch of obnoxious tattoos, and because of the way that she takes care of her body, the clothes just hug her physique and compliment her so well. Something that'll look good on the average person will look great on Bernice. Hair always intact. You're not gonna catch Bernice going live with a bonnet on. You're not gonna catch Bernice live with her hair looking a mess. Whenever she presents herself to the public, just like I'm sure she does when she goes to the mall or to the grocery store or to the gym, her presentation is on point. Now, when you take classy and mix it with grown and sexy, the result is gonna be Bernice. She loves wearing dresses and she loves wearing heels. So Bernice is all things go with the presentation. Now, when we talk about personality, Bernice strikes me as someone who's nice with the personality. She seems to have a fair amount of humility about herself. Now, for you goofballs who don't know your definitions and don't know how to spell or don't know how to read or any of that type of stuff, humility, the root word is humble, not humiliate. You goofballs be doing that shit all the time and you be pissing a pimp off. Get it together, man. Moving right along. Now, people who have a background in customer service usually develop dope personalities, right? And Bernice has that background. She was a bartender for some years, and she seems to have picked up a lot of game when she had that line of work. Now, based on my tablespoon of observation of Bernice, her communication game seems to be on point. See, you know your communication game is on point when you charm and disarm people, and you get people comfortable, and from there you get cooperation out of people. You get to have your way with people. Mainly because you take the time to understand people and see things from their perspective. Before you can prescribe somebody with a solution, you gotta diagnose the problem. She seems to be good at that, you dig? This is where a lot of chicks go wrong. They try to get the solution from people when they don't even diagnose what's going on. And Bernice doesn't seem to have that problem. Character. Bernice seems very solid when it comes to the character. She strikes me as the type that puts her people on. Now, part of what empowers her to put people on is her security within herself and her confidence within herself. She understands that she's gonna be straight no matter what because she's gonna do everything within her power to make things happen. And because of that, it allows her to have strong character and be a blessing to others beyond herself. I can see Bernice doing major things in the philanthropy world one day. Donations, giveaways, nonprofit organizations, things of that nature. Value. Bernice seems to be rather valuable to her family, a valuable mother, a valuable grandmother, and so forth. She started a clothing line and brought her daughter on as a designer, put her in position to do big things. So she's obviously a facilitator in her family.
So let me show you real quick. I'm about to have a pajama party, and I have the 2-piece set, strawberry shortcake, the beautiful robe, and the matching slippers. How to get this set. Fire. So cute.
The fact that she's an asset to her family and a blessing to those around her gives me the impression that she finds happiness through fulfillment and not sensation, like most young ladies these days. Most people, period, for that matter. When it comes to Bernice's value, while it appears that she's done some very good things, very respectable things, I still don't think that she's reached nearly a fraction of her potential. The main reason for that is she doesn't have the right man in her life. She's been with some quote-unquote high-value men, but none of these men seem to have taken an interest in her and therefore bring the best out of her. Because of her personality, because of her communication skills, because of her people skills, because of her likability, Bernice has tremendous potential. But the thing is, her vision is not big enough. How you see is how you gonna be. So in order to be big, you have to see big.
Bitch, you think it's small. We need to be thinking big. You need to be thinking big, bitch. You need to be thinking big, bitch. Think big, bitch.
And while she may do bigger things than the average individual, when you speak in terms of her potential, she hasn't done nearly big things at all. And I believe when she finds the right man and puts the right man in her life, that right man is gonna empower her to expand her vision and understand how great her potential is and how big she can be doing it. See, Bernice, I believe, has the potential of a Kim Kardashian, maybe not in the sense of being a billionaire, but in the sense of empowering all of her family around her and all of her loved ones around her and putting them in position to do big things on their own and having a collective of family and loved ones who are all powerful, who are all interdependent and doing greater things together than they can independently. And I believe that this power inside of her will be unlocked when she finds the key, which is going to be the right man in her life. Now, when it comes to work ethic, Bernice obviously has that one thing about herself that all successful people have in common, a willingness to do what failures refuse to do. She obviously does things on a regular basis that she doesn't have to do. And she doesn't just do anything and everything that she can do. She doesn't have to work out. She doesn't have to take care of herself. She doesn't have to eat right and so forth. She doesn't have to put love in her body, but obviously she does. And these things enable her and empower her to do great things. It seems like she makes good use of the 1,440 minutes that she has within a day. She seems to be a respectable entrepreneur, not one of these chicks that has that LLC talk. Oh, I'm starting my LLC. Oh, I just started an LLC, but don't have a producer mindset nowhere in sight. No indication, no signs of being a producer. All signs of being a consumer. All signs of taking, receiving, not giving, not investing, all the while talking this LLC talk, don't have their business in order, haven't paid taxes, haven't generated revenue. Bernice strikes me as the type that doesn't fit into that category. She strikes me as the type that's a respectable entrepreneur. So the work ethic seems to be in order. Health. Again, Bernice is someone who spends time regularly in the gym. Bernice is someone who takes care of herself. Now, as far as I know, she doesn't drink, and judging by the appearance, she doesn't smoke or do drugs at all. You know, normally when somebody hits their 40s, if they do drugs, smoke, or drink, it's gonna show. And the fact that she's 40-something years old and still looks 20-something years old lets you know that she doesn't put hatred into her body, that she religiously puts love into her body. More indication and further confirmation that she is someone who finds happiness through fulfillment, through being a blessing to others, as opposed to sensation, drugs, alcohol, tobacco, and so forth. People who find happiness and fulfillment are synonymous with people who take care of themselves, people who are healthy, people who get proper exercise, people who put love in their body, you dig? So when we get to strength, obviously this is somebody who has high self-discipline about themselves. By her working at a bar, being a bartender, In hanging out with different celebrities, I'm sure she's been tempted by every sensation under the sun, yet she refrains. Yet she doesn't indulge and doesn't allow herself to be mastered by these different sensations that the average individual is mastered by. For her to make it into her 40s as a single mother and not be addicted to drugs and alcohol and tobacco says a lot about her self-discipline. She may have put a thug in her body, but she hasn't put a drug in her body, and she often puts love in her body. You dig? So to recap, raw beauty. Bernice is someone who's blessed exceptionally with the raw beauty. GMOs, well proportioned, complement the rest of her body. Face card on point, captivating smile. Presentation, stylish, classy, grown and sexy. No obnoxious tattoos, no bonnets, no messy hair, no ratchetness on social media. Personality, communication skills on point, leading often to cooperation. People skills on point, very likable individual. Character on point with the integrity, not selfish, not desperate or thirsty, willing to extend a hand and have consideration for others. Value is decent, an asset to her family and loved ones. Facilitator, willing to put people in position. The only thing lacking with the value is a man to help her expand her vision and reach her full potential and do bigger things than she's ever thought of doing. You dig? Work ethic on point. Bernice has a willingness to do what the average individual, the failure, isn't willing to do. Working out on a regular basis is one of many things that she does that failures refuse to do. Health, non-smoker, non-drinker, non-drugger, on point with the health. Strength, highly self-disciplined individual, chases fulfillment rather than sensation, seems to be fairly responsible. Now after review, does Freeze think Bernice took a shower today? Yeah, man, I'm pretty sure Bernice takes multiple showers per day. You dig? So do we crown Bernice or do we clown Bernice? We gonna go ahead and crown Bernice, man. She seems to be solid and respectable in all areas. The only area that she may be lacking in is the value, and that's due to a lack of a proper man in her life to help her expand her vision and maximize on her value. You dig? Hope y'all enjoyed that review. Appreciate you tapping in. Let that marinate on your mind one time. Freeze is it. Put some love in your body, and I'll holla.
Now come and take a sip of this game. Pour it down your ear and let it drip to your brain so you can run it up. And we'll be coming up. Really coming up. Take a sip of this game, let it saturate your brain. Taylor, make your homework so we can match it with my name. Then attach it to your frame, right? Now you game tight. Ready, set, ho. You gon' check her back the same night. Now you breaking tricks and handling thousands